You know, just like transforming the life, like confidence and stuff coming back. But one of my clients, like they turned up for weight loss, have an operation, what they were needing, that was the basis of it, but it freaked me out, and even when I woke up I could still feel like a wet slug had touched me.
Yeah.
I think a lot of these days, there's a lot of pill pushing for just a solution, but ultimately the pills are going to be causing an issue then with certain organs or certain glands, etc. around the body, because it's suppressing certain areas of your brain.
On this week's episode of Disciples of Truth, we have Luke Whelan on. He's a psychic hypnotherapy mentor. So thank you for coming on, Luke.
Yeah, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure.
We'll do it again. So I just wanted to know where your psychic abilities started out, or where you noticed them, or what had you intrigued, really.
So basically, I'd already known about spirits. I grew up obsessed with ghosts, with things like that. So I knew of like the spirit world, and I'd have loads of experiences as a kid. Like I was watching all these ghost programs. Like, as I say, I was saying, my nan used to watch them when she was babysitting. We weren't allowed to watch, but I'd watch them through reflection at the window next to the door and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then we also grew up with my mum. My mum were always like, Luke, there were always shadows walking out your bedroom.
Really?
One day you're talking on baby mics. We had to get his house blessed. Like, just loads of freaky things.
Yeah.
And as I was growing up, looking back, I always used to see things. But I thought everybody just saw all this stuff. Like either people stood in corner of room, shadows, just feeling like there's someone stood next to you.
Yeah.
So I didn't really think twice about that. And it wasn't until I got to like 15, 16, I started to think, like crazy.
Yeah.
Like crazy. I couldn't ever sleep. Or getting attacked. Like things were getting moved in rooms.
Wow.
I remember like waking up, like I was like sofa surfing at one point when I was 16 for 4 months, and I remember waking up and I was just seeing this Victorian woman stood next to me, mate.
Right.
Do you know, in this like black dress with an umbrella, just looking down at her. And I was like, oh, it's mad this. And that's when I started to think, oh, I'm crazy, like I'm losing plot.
Yeah.
And I was going through really bad mental health struggles at the same time. And I got my first flat when I was 17. And as I'd got my first flat, it just went boom. It went in overdrive.
Yeah.
Things getting pulled off walls, curtains moving, doors opening, taps turning on. Cushions, when I come back to my house, cushions would be in a different room. Like cushions would be in a bathroom.
Jesus.
Do you know, like weird stuff, like always doubting myself.
Yeah.
So I got put on loads of medication, antipsychotics, mood stabilisers, mood enhancers, sleepers, everything. And it was still getting worse.
Yeah.
I just got to a point where, there's more going on, like, this you can't make this stuff up.
No.
Like, it's just weird, it's out of this world. And I remember I were in an high-rise on Seacroft, and my friend lived the floor below me, but we could see each other's front rooms, and I could just see my light getting turned on and off, and that's when I'm like, I've got these spirits, this ghost, I'm a medium.
Yeah.
Like, it all makes sense. And then since that, it just unravelled.
Since you started engaging with it?
Yeah. Started working, because I have like these manic depressive cycles every so often. I'll go up and then I'll crash.
Yeah.
And I would try to do hairdressing. I would like taking myself to college to do hairdressing, try to just get a trade. And I ended up in like a 3-month depression episode.
Right.
And I'd just turned like 18, and I was waiting to move into another flat.
Yeah.
Do you know, out of an high rise, because it was just prolific with like drugs and alcohol and crime and
Same
stuff
cycles,
like that. Yeah. Which I would try to get myself out of. I've been working with outpatient rehab for about 1.5 years by then.
No.
So I'd ended up in this kind of like deep dive with. I need to sort my head out. I need to like get fixed up. If I've got this going on, I need to feel good because there's some bad stuff out there.
Yeah.
Do you know? And because of my negativity, they were like, I was just attracting beings what weren't necessarily nicest.
Yeah.
And I ended up learning the law of attraction. So I started like building up my frequency, my attitude towards life, things like that. And I remember like packing up my first flat, and I turned around and walked into my grandma. She was just stood in a doorway. My friend just watched me jump out of my skinks. Like, who's this in my house? It was just this white silhouette, but there was this mad sense of peace and calmness, and everything was just gonna be all right.
Yeah.
And then since then, I was like, yeah, we're gonna work with these. We're gonna do it.
Yeah,
And it just kind of like built up after that. That's when they started working with me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever had sleep paralysis then?
Yeah. Not like where people describe it like, oh, there's a demon in the corner.
No.
Or like basically when I'd go to sleep, I'd go onto the lower levels of astral.
Yeah.
Which to me look like, when I'm in the lowest planes of it, like a black and white TV. Everything's flipped around.
Right.
And I'm really aware of it. I can't bring myself out of it, but I can see everything what's going on.
Yeah.
I can see everyone who's around me, and then I can also see spirit, and that's where they used to try and attack me. Yeah.
See, I used to get it, and I didn't know what it was until a few years ago, but it felt like, because I sleep on my front, it were always like something, it feels like it were on my ankles, and it were holding me down, and you couldn't move.
Yeah,
and then looking back, it were always at the down where I'd been out drinking, or if I were in a really bad area in my life, I'd done it. I'd only done it once in this house, and I've realised that you can just breathe through it, and you can get through it. It whatever it is. Not that I can see it physically, I feel the presence. I've noticed if you calm your breathing down, it can't feed off the fear, and it'll just subside. But yeah,
definitely. Yeah, I've experienced it when I'm like that. Like latest one was because I cross over earthbound spirits,
Right.
so spirits what get stuck or they've got emotional trauma. So I've just moved into this new house, and I was like, there's someone in my house. I'm like, there's someone here. And for weeks, I'd turn around and see them stood in doorways. And my friend, like, I was on the phone to my friend, and she's like, look, a big black shadows just walked in your house behind you. And I was like, I know, I can feel them. And I went, but it's not bad. I went, it's just a confused spirit, but they're just not talking to me. And it was April 8th. That's when it was. It was the next day after that phone call. I was walking out my house, and every single fire alarm in my house got turned on all at the same time.
Wow.
And couldn't figure out how to turn them off. Like, there was no reason for them being on.
Yeah.
So I was like, spirit. I'm like, spirit are here. Like, one of them needs my help. They're just not comfortable coming through. So then after that, a couple of weeks after, I'd gone to sleep and I'd woke up and I'm like, laid in my bed. I couldn't move, but I thought someone were robbing my house.
Yeah.
And I could see this person like crouching into the bedroom. And like I'm happy being confrontational with stuff like, I'm all right, standing my ground, lived a bit of a rough lifestyle, so I can handle myself.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking it's someone coming to rob me gaff, and I'm like, right, I'm gonna have to deal with this person here. Do you know what I mean? And it clicked in my head. I'm like, they're not robbing all. I'm like, no one's robbing all, but I couldn't like move to say, who are you? What are you doing?
Yeah.
And I could see what this person just stood next to the bed, and I was like, yeah, don't put me through that again. That feeling of I can't move, I can't deal with someone coming into my house.
Yeah.
So I got it then, and then I was able to cross them over the next 2 days. I had to just work out how they passed, what they were holding on to, and then help them cross. So I get sleep paralysis like that, rather than feeling like it's just for whatever reason I just can't move. There's usually for me a reason behind what I'm experiencing.
Yeah. How does the process go then for you, like to help them move on, the ones that are trapped?
Well, it's something that I've only been doing over the past 2.5, 3 years.
Yeah.
Because your mediumship progresses in different avenues, you know, as you're growing. So for me, they'll just start lingering around my house.
Yeah.
And because I'll see them with my actual eyes as well as being able to see them in my mind. So I'll just start becoming aware that there's someone around, they're stuck, they don't want to speak yet. So I'll give them space because I've got a barrier in me. I'm like, if you've got malicious intentions or you're not nice, do you know, there's some tricksters out there, you just can't come into my house. It's as simple as that. Yeah. So they'll be on the outside. So I know anyone what's in my house, spirit-wise, is fine. So I let them stay there till they build the confidence. They'll just be observing me. And then once they've got comfortable, they'll start reaching out. It's usually around like night times that they become a little bit more...
When veils thin.
Yeah. So I've noticed I'll know that they're there around me. And then it'll be like either when I'm heading to sleep or they'll wake me up through my sleep. Yeah. And then they'll show me how they passed and I stand with them and watch it with them. Yeah. So do you know, like when people say spirit review life when they've crossed over, etc. You may have heard that. It's like I'll sit with them and review how they passed and help them clear out all those emotions. Yeah. Any guilt, shame, anger, confusion. Mm-hmm. Do you know, help them just understand what's happened. Yeah. Because some of them don't feel like they deserve to cross over or they're scared if they cross over, there's like judgment day. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And they're going to go to hell. Do you know, anything like that? And then once we've gone through that stage, it's then I open up doors. I like call their guides in. I call my guides in. Yeah. Call some like angelic assistants. Do you know, stuff just to open up like a door of light, basically. Yeah. And then I allow them to go through it. It's a little bit like Ghost Whisperer, if you ever watched that years ago. Yeah. Yeah, it's like that. Really good reference.
So what would be like your handle on what it is to cross over from this realm to the next?
What do you mean?
Like, as you're saying that it's like they're holding on through this realm and they're scared of the crossover, what do you think is on the next part?
There's a whole big, massive world out there. We think our world's big, but there's everything over there. There's healing rooms, universities. You could think of them as universities anyway. Yeah. Places of learning. You see your friends. Yeah. It's like a space of thought. Yeah. So whatever you want, you can bring around, basically. Yeah. I've heard a few times that they sort of create the homes again, right? In essence. Yeah. But ultimately, there's a whole lot of peace and a whole lot of understanding. Yeah. There's like different layers to it. Yeah. So you've got like your teachers, like your ascending masters who are on a different frequency to where necessarily that your loved ones are. Yeah. They go in the spaces of teaching. So if you're wanting to go into a certain pathway, you end up linking with these spaces as a soul. Yeah. When you're in spirit and you go and learn particular things or you evolve your own understanding. Got your angelic planes. Yeah. Got ET consciousness over there. Yeah. Do you know it's
interesting massive stuff, isn't it?
Yeah. It's like our world on steroids.
Yeah. Well, I hear a lot of frequencies. Like I can hear them now, really high pitched. Right. But I don't ever see like something physical. Like Zoe, my partner, she used to get like bad nightmares. And she said the only way she could describe it, if it's at the bottom of a bed and it'd look like off Harry Potter, what's he called? Voldemort. Right. It says it'd be like that. And I'm like, oh, whatever. Didn't really get it at the time, but then my little boy, this is what was started to put me more into it, is he were having bad dreams, and when I says like, he wouldn't describe what it was, and he finally come round to it. It got to where he was crying every night, and he was having these persistent nightmares. And he explained exactly what Zoe used to see as a child. Right. So that's when we stumbled across Marisa, because we got her to come do. We used to do energy cleaning at the house, and she was like, yeah, and she was telling me certain parts of the house. She like, who's been doing this up here? Because I've been trying to ask her to travel at the time with information. And she's like, well, there's a portal being opened here. And she was telling me certain stuff that only I'd know. Yeah, and I'm like, right, okay, there's something more to this. Yeah. It's not all woo-woo.
Yeah, it's definitely...
But you've got to experience it yourself to understand.
Of course you do.
These things are happening, because you're constantly trying to check in, aren't you?
Well, that's it. That's it. I think that's why it's really important as well, understanding like little basics of stuff like, say, for instance, like opening up the portals when you're trying to astral travel.
Yeah.
It's like you're opening up doorways. Now there's different layers of the astral.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And that's where my struggle used to be. I used to just astral travel through the night.
Yeah, yeah.
Wasn't necessarily intending to do that. I was a kid. I didn't know what was going on, but
Yeah, yeah.
it was like it opens up these little doorways in essence.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know? And it's almost like having your front door open to just anybody.
Yeah,
do you know what
not
I mean?
understanding what's coming through.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was using the CIA gateway tapes. I don't know if you ever listened to them.
No, I've not listened to them, but I know a lot of people
things
shift with them. Yeah, it's really
because it's really eerie at the start. You like because it's really old tape recorder, and he's like talking you through, and it's
that I've been interested in buying some. They can be quite costly.
Yeah.
It can be quite costly getting.
You can get them on YouTube though.
Oh, can you?
Yeah, you can just search them on YouTube.
Right.
I think it were Aaron Summit that I went on his. But yeah, if you actually want to buy
Aaron
them, the cassette, yeah.
Always cool.
Yeah.
I'd done one of his course things.
Have you?
Yeah,
how was that?
Yeah. It was alright. Living full-time purpose. That's what it was called.
Yeah.
It were interesting. Yeah. He's got energy.
He has, yeah. See, I listened to a lot of his stuff at the start, but it's kind of faded off at the moment. But yeah, I do like it resonates a lot of stuff that he was saying, what were happening on in my journey at that time.
Yeah,
it seems very interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, it is cool. They were doing things like Victor.
Yeah.
Like Victor Roddo or something. Udo.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. They were working together, but they're all about energy. They're all about creation. They go into all sorts of different things. Then. Yeah.
So what's your passion at the moment? Like, what's the one that really gets you interested? Is it more the hypnotherapy? Is it more?
I'd say yeah, because I've done the psychic medium stuff for quite a few years.
Yeah.
Now, I started when I was like 18. I'm 27.
Yeah.
Do you know? And when I'm like interested in something, I deep dive into it.
I can feel that.
Straight off, like there's no ifs, no buts. Like I hyperfixate and I consume everything. So I feel like I've got so far with that I'm like waiting for something to like tick and take me in a new direction with it.
Yeah.
Which I think is going to be trans-mediumship, where you let them step into your body.
Yeah.
And then use your voice box, etc.
How does that feel strange? That
I was getting into it a couple of years ago before my health collapsed. So I've just sought out someone who's going to help me bridge that gap again.
Yeah.
Because it takes a lot of energy to do things like that.
I bet.
And you have to practice with somebody. You can't really do it on your own.
Right.
When you're doing full trance, and because I deal with earthbounds as well as crossed over spirit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need someone that kind of like nurture it with me.
Yeah.
Who knows what they're doing. So I think that's my next stage with psychic medium side. But my main passion is the kind of like getting involved in people's lives, you know, flipping mindsets and releasing emotional trauma and behavioural cycles, like using subconscious. I absolutely love the hypnotherapy.
Yeah.
I think it's an amazing skill.
Yeah. Well, it helps people, doesn't it?
Like,
it helps unlock. Have you got any stories that are standout ones that you've helped?
Any
clients?
There's odd client what has been like absolutely amazing to work with. I've only been doing it for the past year and a bit.
Yeah.
Because I work with people for like 8 weeks and I've got the psychic side. I've not like invested as much time into it as what I've done with other skills.
Yeah.
So we're just like getting there. But one of my clients, like they turned up for weight loss.
Oh yeah.
They have an operation, what they were needing, that what basis of it, but they needed to get the BMI down. Food habits, self-belief, things like that. And they'd lost over 2 stone in 8 weeks. Their confidence had grown. They'd gone into full remission with the diabetes, taken off 2 medication. Yeah. You know, just like transforming the life, like confidence and stuff coming back, like completely flip round the health, where it's like all the byproducts what you get from going to do that one thing.
Yeah.
Like, that's the best bit. What I like about it, it's like you can turn up for one thing, but then it's like everything else around the outside changes as well.
It's like that branch, isn't it?
Yeah,
where it's all hanging off.
And you just see people like feeling better and better each week.
Yeah.
Do you know, it's such a nice feeling.
It's a powerful gift, isn't it?
Yeah. Another client, they just ended up putting themselves on live video and all sorts.
Did they?
Yeah, just from coming to do it, they've set up like a right good side stream.
Yeah.
Like, they're absolutely buzzing on camera, and that self-confidence again gone through roof.
Cool.
That were another food one.
Yeah.
What just links with a lot of lack of belief of self.
Yeah.
So they're like binging on like quality streets and stuff on a night time.
Yeah.
You know, and like struggling to move past these like behavioural cycles and mindsets within
I think
themselves.
I'm gonna have to get you on board with that, because it's something this week. Like, whenever I let something bother me, and I've just gone to emotional eating. I know that I'm not hungry, but it is. It's that filling a void of something.
Yeah.
And it's getting to, and you look how destructive that is. Having that sugar and the rest of it, it can really start to. It's a domino effect on the outer, isn't it?
Of course it is. It has all sorts of effects on body, even with personal self, doing my changes.
Yeah.
Working with like a nutritionist, mineralist.
Yeah.
Or what do they call themselves? Neuropathy, or something it's called. Just the changes what I've had, because I had loads of inflammation and spine pain were like through roof. I've had it for years.
Mm-hmm.
And not working, physio, nothing, exercises, like you name it, I've tried it. And then through diet changes, back pain's like pretty much completely gone.
Yeah.
The immune system build up. I was suffering with cystic acne because I couldn't deal with any infections. I've not had none of that. Lymph nodes exploded on the side of my head.
Jesus.
Like, so there were like cysts growing off the lymph node.
Well,
Yeah, I
well, that was due to sugar and stuff. Or
like no immune system, but a lot of it linked
sugar
to like diet.
Destroys it, doesn't it?
It's like you've got your toxins clearing out, don't you, through your lymphatic system?
Yeah.
And my body just couldn't handle none of it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And it would always like hitting a brick wall with my own health.
Yeah.
So like changing my diet and mindset towards food. Because obviously being a hypnotherapist, I can do that with myself.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
It's been a right game changer.
Well, it's your compass, isn't it, as well? Where you're having these problems, people tend to run away from them when you start to hit them head on. You're starting to realise these are the things that are unlocking doors to your highest potential.
That's it.
We're going to go back to how can you distinguish between like when you're going to invite a spirit in, when there maybe are tricksters in it, like you spoke about. How do you have the discernment to know that? Because like just when I've had visions before on plant medicine, I keep on getting the same deity that comes up, and you're like, oh, this is great, they want to talk. But then I've heard about other people saying they can dress up as these deities, so like inflate your ego sometimes, and then when you're inviting them in, you don't realise what's attaching to you. I just wondered if you could shed any more light on that.
So part of it, you've got your own team in spirit.
Yeah.
So I call them like spirit helpers.
Yeah.
Like it's like your own personal PA on the other side.
Yeah.
And they'll usually guide you a lot of the time. So instead of like working with outer spirits, like just sporadically, like I work with my team and my team will guide me to who I need to work with. So I'm quite intentional when I'm working with any type of energies.
Yeah.
Whenever you're going to do anything to do with spirit, there's a process of opening up to make sure that you're opening up to light.
Yeah.
Because anything what's on a lower frequency, if you're holding light and you've got a high frequency, anything down here
shut off.
Can't attune, can't attach to you. Yeah. The issue would be for me is, regardless of me opening up, when I'm opening up, I'm going to where your loved ones are or something higher.
Yeah.
When I'm just doing my everyday life, I've got the earthbounds which are stuck in this place here. They're not up here yet. They're stuck down here. So it's being able to set my boundaries.
Yeah. Because
ultimately, your house is your energetic space. So as I said before, no lower can come into my house, so they'll have to ask for permission.
Yeah.
So I know if they're already asking for permission, there's something off.
Yeah.
Good story, what? I were in my second flat, that house, the place what I'd moved into after that high rise. And my mind had just like expanded with spirit. It were like 2 years after being there. And I would do my Reiki.
Yeah.
And while I was doing my Reiki a couple of weeks beforehand, I was laid on the sofa and I kept seeing this little boy out the window, do you know, just like peeking in.
Yeah.
And I said to my partner at the time, I'm like, there's a boy there. I went, but he's not like, there's something off about him.
Yeah.
I went, something don't feel normal. I went, for some reason he can't come in my house. Do you know what I mean? Like other spirits can. Yeah. And he was there for about 2 weeks.
Really?
Tried to get my attention and just kept asking to be let in.
Yeah.
And I'm like, nah, we'll leave it for now. Yeah. We'll see what's what. So we're like starting to notice like the feelings you get with them. Like it's like you may notice when you meet particular people, you either feel you're like, yeah, these
drawn, or you're like,
These like some people you like, something feels really off about this person.
Yeah.
It's like that same feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know that gut? Yeah. Like that gut impression of it all. And I'm glad I didn't let the little boy in, because he wasn't even a little boy. What I used to have to deal with.
Right.
Like, and it was getting brought up because there was still a little link.
Mm-hmm.
What we're going to get blasted clear once I'd done my Reiki attunement.
Yeah.
And it was intense. It were absolutely freaked me out. Freaked my partner at the time out. Right. I've not had an experience like that.
How so?
So I'd done it was 7th at 7th 2019. It was when I got attuned, I think level 2. And as I say, this what I thought were a child spirit had been lingering outside my house. And I'd either just done my attunement or I was heading into it. And I'd gone to sleep on night time. And as I say, like, you astral travel, you go places, you go to like these places of learning, you can see people that you also know, some people that you don't know. So I'm in these big halls and there's this mixed race lady and there's this ginger lady, and they were like teachers. And as they were doing the teaching, I was with about 14, 15 other people, and we sat at this big bench and table, like just long stripped benches. And there were another one, but on the other one there's loads of objects. So a handful of people I knew, and there were a couple that I didn't, and we've all been told to walk over to the other table. Me being impulsive like I am, I'm like, oh look, there's a Chinese fan there. So I've grabbed the Chinese fan to open it. I'm like I'm a fidgeter. Do you know what I mean? I'm impulsive. At the moment I've grabbed this Chinese fan, I've ended up back in my house, but I knew exactly where I was because everything was grey, different shades of grey. I'm like, shit. I'm like, here we go, what's going to happen? And I were on the bottom floor, I were on the downstairs flat, so I had the long strip corridor to the front door, kitchen, bathroom, front room and bedroom. And I'm stood next to the front room and bedroom door. And I'm see the front door at the end of the corridor, and the letterbox is opened. And I've seen the little boy. Right. And he was like, oh, just let me in. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, else chance, mate, it's happening. Like, this isn't happening whatsoever. And I did. I was like looking at the eyes. Now, that attachment that I used to have, that entity, it's actually just a big black hooded figure, like just a solid black. You can't see through it. It's the blackest thing I've ever seen in my life. But it used to show up as like this really nasty old man. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? I used to have a lot of issues. I've still got a couple of issues when I'm working out with blokes. Yeah. So the eyes have started changing of this little boy. And the vibes started to change. It was like hairs on back of your neck standing up. And the eyes have turned to the man Like, and that was when I nearly got sectioned when I was dealing with him.
Yeah.
And it started getting really nasty. It was like, you've got no other way out. Do you know, the doors weren't open and what was like behind me and next to me. And it was like, all the way you're going to get out is through this door. No ifs, no buts about it. Open this door. Called me all sorts of names. Yeah. And then I'm like, you don't scare me, you don't scare me, do you know what I mean? I'm like, I'm screaming my head off, like,
Yeah.
like, you don't scare me. I'm like trying to push this door open with my foot. It just wasn't happening. And then it's changed from the old man into the black shadow. Yeah. And as it's changed into black shadow, it's like upped its sanity with all the feelings. It felt like pure death. Do you know? It was horrible. It was really, really horrible. And these tentacles have started coming through the letterbox, like moving down the corridor. Then the panic set in with me, and I'm like, get me out of here. Yeah. I'm like trying my hardest to get this door open. And as these tentacles had they've like got to the back of my neck and it's touched my neck. Yeah. And as it's touched my neck, I've managed to get the door open. And as I've got the door open, I've ended up back in that teaching room. And everyone's got up and ran away from me screaming. And I'm like, it's touched me. Yeah. And it felt like a wet slug. It touched the back of my neck, like it had been on my neck right here. And the two teachers, the two ladies, they ran over from the big doors and thrown their arms around me, shouted Archangel Michael, and I've shot up into my body, like I've woke up. And must have been screaming or something because my partner at the time was sat on end of bed, face white. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. But as I'd woke up, I could feel that entity stood on the outside of my bedroom window. Wow. Because I was on bottom floor. I could feel it. I could sense them. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Even like talk about it, get goosebumps, man. It's not nice. It just went on me then. Yeah. It freaked me out. And even when I'd woke up, I could still feel like a wet slug had touched me. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Do you think that's like, I know listening to Zach at Embodied Celestial and he was saying about dreams and these nightmares, reoccurring nightmares or whatever that keep on coming on. He's like, start to maybe see them as the thing to lead towards, for us to overcome. And I wondered what your thoughts are on like entities. Is it like, I envision maybe it starts off as a minor problem with you in your psyche, but we unknowingly, the more that we feed it fear, it starts growing and like it transmutes into these other characters, and the more we give it, the more it starts to control us lives. I don't know what you thought.
Yeah, really. So part for me, like, because I have a few different experiences, like some mediums will tell you, spirit gets stuck. Mm-hmm. That I can tell you from crossing spirit over and knowing numerous other mediums will also do that, where the spirit genuinely do get stuck and can get stuck. There is entities, there's some really, 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 really strong dark soul, like the soulless basically. Yeah. But we also do have our own projections as well. Yeah. So one thing what they do is they trigger your fears. Like if you've got a very intelligent dark entity being around you, that's going to cause you issues as well. Yeah. So it can trigger really, really drastic mental health. It can trigger bad luck. Yeah. Ill health, physical ill health. Yeah. But we can also as well have our own projections go on. Right. Which are usually going to be like things what don't make sense, or like whereas me we're like dealing with an actual being, like it was an actual being itself. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Rather than being like a projection of my own, because that, like, through my own experience, these astral creatures, these astral entities, like what are on those lower planes, what are like old, they've been here for like millennia. Do you know what I mean? They're not like someone's psyche, like being projected out, because sometimes that can be what poltergeist activity is. It can be like someone's psyche is being projected, or there's a lot of bad things going on in a house and a lot of fear. But then especially say, for instance, if you're a mediumistic child, like things are gonna know you, basically like a lighthouse of ping, ping, ping. I can see these things. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
And especially if you're in detrimental circumstances,
Yeah.
you can be a feeding ground.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Well, they're not. Yes.
Yeah.
So how, you know, when you said you were going to get sectioned, where did you try to take yourself in, or did
No, I was
and how were were it the NHS or what?
Yeah, with community mental health
Yeah.
team.
And what did they think to the things that you were saying that you were seeing? Was there any like confirmation that this is other patients seeing the same?
I had really bad psychosis.
Yeah.
I used to have these thoughts that people were coming to kill me.
Yeah.
That extreme paranoia. I used to think there were lots of paedophiles in the high-rise opposite.
Yeah.
Wouldn't keep my curtains open. I used to think my house was getting bugged by like government.
Yeah.
Do you know, things like that? Because I were an addict as well.
Yeah.
But it were like over time, it were like as those like fears and delusions, that's what we could call them, delusions, etc., hallucinations, were like going, I was still dealing with spirit. So at that point, I was like, they don't really need to know. They're just going to tell me I'm crazy. But I'm starting at like, by that point, I was like giving evidential readings.
Yeah.
I got a lot of stability, well, more stability than what I had. And yeah, I were on antipsychotics, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyway, so well, like that part of my brain had calmed down. So even now, like if I went back to him, I tell him, I'm like, I am a medium. I'm like, you might not think it, but I provide evidence for people. Like, I don't just chat.
Yeah.
Genuinely, I provide evidence before I provide any messages of who I've got with me.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not dark, it's not anything, it's not paranoia, it's not anything of the sort. So for me, with community mental health team, especially back then, it were all like paranoid psychosis elements, manic behaviour, do you know, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they take certain perceptions on it, but then you'll also come across some people in community mental health team who really just understand you.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Because what would be like, I know that there's a couple of people that I know where their children are having these nightmares and then they're putting them on meds, and I'm like, for me, it must be awful, but you're suppressing the gift. There's a gift there.
Yeah.
Like, there's something to go through.
Yeah, that's it. Because dreams can just be a direct access into subconscious.
Yeah.
That's why some of them just don't make sense. It's like the theme of a fear or the theme of a worry.
Yeah.
Or a particular event, what's occurred, is playing out in a particular way.
Yeah.
To try and process it, understand it, show you something. So sometimes it's not always even necessarily like a spiritual soul matter.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's literally just about things what you're experiencing.
Yeah, it's weird that you said it, like, I don't normally remember dreams, and this morning I went to go, I said to her, give us a cuddle, and she was cold, and I went, what's up? And she went, you cheated on me last night in your dream, and I'm like, but then there were two women in the dream that were being like, trying to get me into lustful, and then she said who it were anyway, and it was like, no, it didn't correlate the people, but I just thought it's weird, and it taken me back to the same like fear. It was like taking me to Las Vegas, but a part of Las Vegas that I've never been to. Like these theme and it's not the first time I've been there. And you're trying to navigate through stuff.
Yeah. Dreams can be really powerful. That's why I've had to distinguish me when I'm dealing with spirit, and when I'm just dealing with my own subconscious matters.
Yeah.
And when it's like astral traveling and I'm there learning something, you know, they start to feel like distinctively different. I think a lot of these days, there's a lot of pill pushing for just a solution, but ultimately the pills are going to be causing an issue then with certain organs or certain glands, etc. around the body, because they're suppressing certain areas of your brain.
Well, there's another side effect to it.
Of course there is.
You're not going straight to the problem.
Yeah, and learning hypnotherapy, you learn a bit about dreams as well. Like, I've become a little bit more accustomed to like dreams and being able to spot the themes of them.
Yeah.
How it aligns in with life, and that person be like, yeah, actually, that makes complete and utter sense. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like a lot of people can have the dreams of like being chased, or someone's trying to come get them, or they're in danger and they need to sort something out, and there's that element of pressure. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And as children as well, you don't have a lot of understanding on life, so you're more so working from like your survival brain, your primal brain, what's still trying to like understand the world around you. So your emotions can be overwhelming, confusing, do you know, anxieties and fears can get triggered a little bit. So I think a lot of things, it's too easy these days to just pass medication, try and dull something out. Yeah. But they'll build a tolerance to it, and then they'll have the dreams still. Yeah. Like, if, do you know what I mean? Especially if it's reoccurring.
Yeah, definitely. What's your, what's everyone's biggest misconception with manifestation? Because I've seen you talking a bit about it on a recent post, and then I kind of I liked what you were saying.
Manifestation. Misconceptions of it. I think, I don't know, some people might not like me saying this, but just think positively. It'll just all happen. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? If you've got behavioural cycles, if you've got mindset obstacles, like lack of belief in self, it doesn't matter how positive, you're going to self-sabotage that opportunity. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Or if you've got impulses, like, with me, I created a 4-phase manifestation process, because I used to, like, when I first started, I used to manifest all sorts of things, like from tenors for a doner kebab takeaway. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? When you've been out having a couple of drinks and send it into the universe. And then there were bigger ones, what I wanted. But any of the more serious ones, what I wanted, where like, I want my life to go in that direction, I'd sabotage it. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Either through my behavioural patterns, through my mindset, or through emotional triggers or something, like impulses. Like, I used to be very impulsive. Yeah. So you can think positively about a lot of things, and yet it's great if you can keep an optimistic mindset. Mm-hmm. But if you're not bringing no, like, not control, but structure to what you're actually trying to move towards, and you don't know how to connect with that, like, you're going to run around in a big circle. Yeah.
So I've seen you talking about it's like stepping into alignment as well as, you want that thing, but you've got to start putting the habits there that's going to align you to that path. Yeah. You can't just go, write down, I want this, £1 million, I want all that, but you know what, tonight I'm going to go and sit and watch Netflix for 5 hours and everything's going to turn up.
That's it, because you might feel really good while you're watching a Netflix series, but watching that Netflix series and feeling good is not going to manifest £1 million in no bank account, nor the opportunities to bring it. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So I always say to people, I'm like, actually get clear on what you're wanting to move towards. Don't obsess over it, but get clear on what direction you're actually trying to move in. Yeah. And who's the person who's doing that? Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, if you've got that, like, you're at A and B's that goal, there's a journey between that. Yeah. And you could walk along that journey and feel positive and just stay going like this. Do you know what I mean? But if you've got direction, you've got a bit of resilience, you've got commitment, motivation, self-discipline. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? That you might go off of it a little bit, but you're going to spot different goals. What are going to support that B? Yeah. Get into that B. Yeah, definitely. Do you know what I mean? But I think these in the spiritual based communities, when it comes to the matrix, there's a lot of like detest around it. Yeah. And a lot of people can live in like spiritual delusion. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
I was there for a little bit.
Yeah, and I was years ago, and I detached from like the mainstream views and behaviours of spirituality, because I was like, it's
this is me.
It's BS half of this. Do you know what I mean? Like, a lot of it's like BS or misinformed individuals passing on misinformed information. Yeah. When I need to go back to basics, me. Yeah, yeah. And when I did, everything started going right. Yeah, yeah. Do you know what I mean?
You've got to go take a few wrong turns to know you're on the right path.
Of course you do. Most definitely. 'Cause it's experience, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
It's experience.
What's the funniest experience that you can recall of you actually getting off the path? Like, where have you fallen off a bit?
In what way?
Like, knowing that you're going wrong way, like, you've gotten a bit delusional in your own shit. I mean, we've all done it.
Yeah.
I know that I have.
Probably when I obsessed over being a starseed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I've got ET consciousness. I work with ET consciousness. So I know I've got strong links with them. I work a lot with Arcturian energy. They've taught me a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
But it was when I was like, I'm a Blu-ray starseed and I'm here to da-da-da-da-da. Do you know what I mean? And I had to really bring myself back into reality. I was like, yeah, I'm Luke. Yeah, I've got Blu-ray frequency.
Yeah.
I'm here to use it. But this is what I need to be doing. Because a lot of it, it's like we sort of want to put ourselves on this special prestiged pedestal.
The ego tries to fucking work its way there, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's like I'm an high priestess in this, or I'm a guru of that, or my past life 897 years ago, I was an emperor, and da-da-da-da-da, and I'm a leader. And, you know, it's good to have, like, good traits and know your soul, but you're human and you're here to learn and live life. Do you know what I mean? And I kind of went completely detached from thinking like I went out partying and that, but then in my like home life, I was like, and I was like do you know, it was like just living in this
a massive
like
contrast.
Yeah, like almost like spiritual psychosis.
Yeah.
Completely detached from reality, and that's when I started asking a lot of questions, because I'd look around and I'd see a lot of these people and I'd engage with them. A lot of them were just still living through wounds and living through really unhealthy mindsets and afraid of the world. And I was like, I don't want to go down that path.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I've seen you talk about that as well. Yeah, you've got to be really careful of who you're using, like, on touchy on Reiki or whatever, because I've felt it with me and Zoe. Felt it. We had a different practitioner did ours, and it felt like they stole a lot of energy, and I've never felt like that after one before. It felt like really top heavy. Yeah. You know, when you left it a few moments after, and I'm like, it was a different practitioner who did it at the same time, and I left it like 10 minutes. I'm like, I'm not feeling any better, and she went, feel shit after that, and I went, I do. Yeah, you don't realise what's going on. Yeah. So it's made me really cautious. I'll only really use Marisa because I feel like light after. Yeah, she's like, I can feel energy that you brought, but you don't feel like she's stolen anything. Yeah. You feel replenished.
I was getting booked back in with her. I actually got a message 2 weeks ago. I was like, I need alignment. I had amazing experiences with Marisa. Yeah. I think frequencies are brilliant for it. But I did, because I've been speaking out about a lot of things, and it makes some people uncomfortable because I'm straight talking.
You've got to be honest, aren't you?
Direct about stuff, about how energy actually works. And in energy healing, especially whether it's like Reiki, whether it's any other modality, even going as far as like readings and stuff like that. Yeah. You're opening up your space. Like, we all have a space around us. Yeah. Like, constantly.
You're like the Taurus field.
Yeah. And when we're getting healing, like, we're basically expanding it open so that we can have work done on it. Yeah. Either realigning, removing something, clearing something, enhancing something. Mm-hmm. So, a couple of years ago, I had a really, like, negative experience, and obviously being a medium, but being psychic, like, I'm feeling energy majority of the time. Mm-hmm. It's like I become really prone to stuff. Yeah. And I had really difficult experiences. I was like, this is just a message that I need to get out there, because every man and his dog gets a Reiki qualification these days. Yeah. It's a brilliant skill, but it's like, say, for instance, if a reader had just got a deck of cards and then they're just going out and trying to give, you need to learn how to structure. Yeah. Do you know, you need to learn to distinguish, you need to know what you're doing. So I think moment someone's got, like, say, for instance, a little certificate in their hand. Yeah. Brilliant, get that certificate, but then continue gaining your experience. Yeah. Because, as I say, a lot of the spiritual community, there's a lot of wounded people trying to guide wounded people. And it's not to say you need to be perfect, like, or completely healed or something along that line. But you need to have yourself in check, and you need to know where you stand with particular things. Or if you need a little break, you need to go just work with yourself a little bit. Like if I'm feeling off me, or even if I'm dealing with an earthbound, like I won't engage with no healing practice.
No.
Because I don't want it moving through any space. Or say for instance a couple of months ago when we were going to do this, I hit a really rough patch and it was difficult. And I had to take a step back. I didn't even want to do readings. I didn't want to cancelled everything.
I remember you saying you like, this isn't a good time. Like, you'll let me know when it's ready to go, because you've got to be able to give people that time and space.
Yeah,
and
of course you do.
Respect what they're putting out.
Yeah.
Because I don't want anything to be rushed at the end of the day.
Yeah. And it's the same when it comes into like energy work. It's like once your space is open, and if you don't understand or can't distinguish what's in and around your space, or how to deal with it because you're lacking experience, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then there can be trauma transfer, there can be beings moving from one person to another and finding another person to feed off, creating further stress. Do you know what I mean? Like it's a very real thing.
How much of I know it's taking a different road, how much do past lives contribute to how we live this life? Our own personal or past lives?
It can be quite a bit. It can be like fears, what you've got inbuilt.
Yeah, like...
Yeah,
really
skills.
Embedded in your DNA.
Yeah, skills. Good example, before I were actually setting up professionally, I were alright doing things as a hobby. And just being in this like safety net of like doing readings and stuff and just building up my reputation.
Yeah.
But when it comes to actually going out and doing it professionally and signing up professionally, etc., do you know what I mean? Like getting all like tax cuts, just everything like that, do you know, and being like aligned in with government and whatnot. This mad fear that doing this were going to get me, like, there were going to be bad stuff, what were going to happen from it.
Yeah.
And when I was trying to feel into, like, why do I feel like if I do this work, I'm going to die? Like, when it's something really bad, do you know what I mean? And it wasn't like the psychosis type thing, it was just like this, like, bad things will happen.
Underlying.
Yeah. And I actually ended up getting in touch with Marissa.
Yeah.
I know it's going to sound mad. I went, but I need to find someone who does past lives. I went, I've got an issue and I need to go into the past. I went, that's all I know. Yeah. I knew certain past lives of my own because I'd have flashbacks of them.
Yeah.
But I needed to go into one and I needed to understand where this was coming from. So I got put in touch with a bloke called John Richardson, who then a couple of years later I studied hypnotherapy with him.
Yeah.
Top bloke, is wicked, lovely soul. And he took me back into the past, and it turned out I was really clairaudient in my past life. 1464, I was 28-year-old by 1464, and I passed in 1488, and in that lifetime I was a cobbler, and I used to fix people's shoes. That was my covered up thing.
Yeah.
But I was also this really, really good medium healer, and nature would tell me what people needed. I'd sit and like trees would talk to me, spirit would talk to me, they'd tell me everything, and I'd make these things for people, I'd heal people. And it got to, we'd gone through some more of my past life and we built up to before my passing, and I'd been asked to go to this castle. It was a sandstone castle. And if I seen it, I'd know the castle. It had like, because I'm right OCD about things have to be in line.
Yeah.
And one of the things were out of line with the other pillar. Do you know what I mean? Like it was thinking, I'm like, oh, why would they do it like that? Do you know what I mean? So I'm like, in this thing. He's like, do you know a bad thing's going to happen? You know something's going to happen? I'm like, yeah, I know that I'm going to die here. I went, oh, I didn't know it. I went, but if I don't go, I'm going to die. If I do go, I'm going to die.
Yeah.
I've got no choice.
There's no escaping death, my friend.
Yeah. They were like, especially back in them times, like, it was really, really dodgy.
Yeah.
Like, really dodgy. So, in this castle, there were like this 19-year-old lad, this boy, and he had a massive cut down his leg like this. And it were like big, like full down his shin. And you could tell he'd already got fever going then to, infections approaching his organs and that. So there were no way he would have survived it.
Yeah.
And there was this bloke stood in corner, this man stood in corner, you could just tell he was a nasty man. Do you know what I mean? And I've done what I could do, but the lad died. And then, like, I think it was like a few days later, I had to have this trial. And I got sentenced to death. I'm meant to be executed. Wow. But do you know, like on your execution things, you get a chance to say something.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I don't know if they were like this. They were worried I was going to speak up about something. But after my actual trial, like the court thing, I'd been put in the dungeons, and someone had come down and stabbed me up the left side with poison and a dagger, and that's how I died.
Wow.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so. Anything to do with what war, say for instance, like government and government officials, or like back in those days, it were like the prestige, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I was really uncomfortable with them.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But once I'd cleared that out 2 weeks later, set on business, I was fine.
Yeah. I seen that Aaron, he said similar to that. He was like speaking truth. He died in a past life for speaking out. I think a lot of people have that.
Yeah.
It's wild, isn't it?
Yeah, and I've got actually did a regression with someone, but more like a meditation type one instead of hypnosis.
Yeah.
But I did one a couple of weeks ago, and I were in 90s, 50s Hollywood, and again it was I were at these parties, but I was being controlled, and do you know all these things to do with like powerful people.
Yeah.
And then went back to 1621. I were a bloke called Robert, and I got accused of robbing something. Someone died while something was being robbed, like this gold ornamental clock. And again, like I got arrested for it, and I got put in these dungeons, and then I got put on a ship. And I think that's where my fear of open waters. I'm all right with water.
Yeah.
But it's like whenever I see like boats out in open water, like cruises, I always think I'm like, it's really deep out there.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like no one can come get you. And in that past life, I had an issue with my head and I was poorly, and they just throw me overboard. Do you know what I mean? And that's how I died.
Inconvenient, eh?
Yeah, no lie. So there's like this theme in quite a few of my past lives where I'm either mixed in with these powerful people, but I can't do no, I'm controlled.
Yeah.
Or I'm like a pauper, or for whatever reason, like in lower classes as it was, and I die at the hands of them.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Maybe there's something in that of just standing up and speaking truth.
Yeah,
because all the time it's under masked, isn't it?
Yeah.
But maybe it's...
Yeah.
What's your take on it then? Like, do we just keep on coming back and reincarnating, or is there a completion? Like, I know the Buddhists also talk about it, like these...
So some people can get locked in a reincarnation loop for creating themselves more lessons that they need to learn.
Yeah. Like a karmatic debt of sorts.
In essence, yeah, because karma ultimately is just the law of cause and effect. It's not necessarily positive nor negative, it just is.
Yeah.
Do you know, like, so I don't necessarily believe in like karmic debt, but I believe in like soul growth, and if you've caused something, you're going to experience the opposite end of the spectrum.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like I do believe that we come back quite a lot of times. I have lived a lot of lifetimes. Whenever I've looked at the amount of doors, there's a good few hundred.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I don't know what I've been doing wrong, but I have obviously been running around in circles in some way. But a lot of it's been to be able to deal with pain and deal with like life difficulty for me. Mm-hmm. Whenever I've looked at my soul, like, and I've asked about my soul, it's like I'm here to teach, and I'm here to pass forward information, which is why I've got the skills of speaking. But I've then also had the very difficult emotional sides of life, and it seems to have been in quite a lot of my past lives as well. So there must be a lesson of me of needing to handle pain more sufficiently, and instead of being consumed by it, take it as it comes, and like kind of learn from it. Do you know what I mean? Overcome it rather than fight against it, or like as a child I ended up addicted to drugs and alcohol. Do you know what I mean? By 16, because I was a very angry person. Do you know what I mean?
Coping mechanism.
Yeah, and lack of like life experience, or just saw loads of people addicted to things. So kind of like, again, being studying your own voice, and do you know what I mean? Self-nurturing.
What's been the most difficult part of the journey then to date?
Keeping committed to what I'm doing. Do you know what I mean? So I got diagnosed with like borderline personality disorder and manic and mania like based episodes. Do you know what I mean? And I've got ADHD. So it were like in that it's like emotions can be a big difficult thing. So it's kind of like learning that emotional intelligence, emotional literacy, and emotional discipline. Do you know what I mean? Of not wanting to just like self-destruct.
Trying to keep grounded instead of going to them.
Because I'd just give up and I'd just end up back in a drug cycle. I'd just give up with my goals, and then I'd like beat myself up for it for a little bit, and then I'd bring myself back. But I'd always come back bigger and stronger. Do you know what I mean? Always, every single time I've done it.
You've got to, haven't you? Otherwise it's going to consume you and you're bowing out,
I could quite easily have been dead by now. Do you know what I mean? Plenty of times. Like at one point I nearly choked on my own sick.
Did you?
Wow. When I was 17. I'd like downed a bottle of vodka, and I can't even remember. I must like just gone mad that night. And then my younger cousin was staying, my younger cousin and a friend. It were in my first flat. And I remember just like waking up and I had a big thing of sick stuck in my throat, and I couldn't get it out, and I were on my own. And I'd like nurse myself to get it out, do you know what I mean? But very nearly like choked on it, but I did end up locked in a few drug cycles after that. I used to take heavy amounts of a lot of stuff. So I'm surprised I didn't OD in a few ways.
You're here for a reason, mate.
That's I see when I did the thing with Marissa, I see myself talking on stage, talking about the brain, and overcoming it and nurturing it, and I was like, that mate.
TED Talks.
Literally, and I'm like, God, he looks smart. Do you know what I mean? He's clever, isn't he? And actually, like, I very much like headed in that direction. At that point, I knew a lot about life. I knew a lot about mental health and about addiction. But not necessarily just building yourself up from it. But over past, that must have been like 2.5, 3 years ago or something now. And over that time, I've gained more skills.
Bridging the gap.
It's
having that vision, though, isn't it? And starting to really believe that you are worthy of what's inside of you. Because it's not coming from anywhere else.
That's it. Because I've not got a GCSE to my name, mate.
Same here. Or if they are, they want very good.
They've got a U, a G, and an X. Do you know what I mean? I didn't even know you could get an X. Do you know?
It was X Factor, were it?
Oh, God. I went to my GCSEs on speed.
Did
I
you?
did, I was like really wild.
Best move. I probably went stone.
But I'm glad I did. Like, I used to tell my teacher, like, I don't need none of this. When you'll all think I'm mad. Because I was in a behaviour school. Next to Magistrates Court in City Centre. And I was like, I'm never going to need this. I don't need to know about Shakespeare. Do you know what I mean? I don't need to know about algebra. I don't need none of this. I don't know why, but I don't. Do you know? So I always had this faith I was going to do something, but I just didn't know what.
Mine was the same, but I didn't really soak out in, even like when they were teaching about Egyptians. I've always been fascinated with Egypt, but when they're telling me about Tutankhamun and it didn't come in, and then you start showing me Thoth and all like land of Kem and all Anubis and all that stuff, I'm really interested and I want to know all that.
It is. I think as you grow older as well, you actually find like where your passions are with stuff, don't you? Or what piques your interest. It might not necessarily just be your purpose, but it could be like an hobby or something what just aligns with you.
Yeah.
I think as a kid, like, you're stuck in all these processes, schools, and I think half of what they teach kids at school is absolutely ridiculous.
It's bollocks, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the number one thing, I want them to start teaching kids how to regulate their emotions.
Yeah.
Because that,
if they did that,
that is the thing that controls everyone. Like, if everyone knew how to regulate that, I'm still learning myself. Like, not to feed into things, but letting it affect you. Because that's what he's been doing recently, or I was saying with the food, is when it does affect me and drags me down, my comfort, wherever it might be drugs with someone, might be alcohol with another, it's mine's food. Like, I'll go and self-comfort through that and don't realise you're doing it, because it's an autopilot situation. It's just your body going, it wants to be safe. And it knows that where it is safe.
Yeah, that's literally it. We create all these like stimulations and sensations and habits, and that's what the unconscious or subconscious mind does.
Yeah.
It runs off patterns. Do you know what I mean? It does it so that your conscious mind can feel clear, balanced, grounded, comfortable, safe, whatever it may be, what it's wanting that conscious mind to work within.
Yeah.
The subconscious operates everything else.
It's crazy how a lot of traffic lights today, and as I was moving forward, we get a hutch, and I'm like, I'm not even aware that I'm doing this.
Yeah.
And I snap myself back in all the time. So it's really interesting when you're building yourself to get where you're wanting to go, and you're like, yeah, it's hard, these new practices at the start, but the more that I'm going to do it, it's just going to become second nature. Yeah, that's it. And it's mad you say driving, because that's what we get taught, to kind of understand the autopilot pattern in hypnosis is when you're driving, at first you've got to concentrate on what you're learning. Mm-hmm. But once you know where everything is, you're going with it. It's just an automatic, and then your conscious mind's able to just focus on the road. And like some people don't even realise that they've fully drove somewhere. Like, oh God, we got there quick, didn't we? Yeah. Do you know what I mean? That's where I'm trying to snap my head back into like being in present moment as well, because we are. I don't know about you all the time. My brain's always. It's even like, for an instance, when you're going to pay at a checkout, I've already got everything ready, so it's a quick transaction. Because you're always living in front when you should be. Yeah, living in the present moment. For manifestation is bringing yourself back to the present, so you're aware of how you're working with things. You're not kind of like always looking for the next thing. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And forgetting about life, because it's a big thing, making sure you're just present in life. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? You're living the way you want to live. You're present with what's going on around you. Yeah. You're present with the conversations you're having. Yeah. Do you know, you're present with your actions. Do you know what I mean? Rather than, because a lot of the time we can try to prepare for stuff or, do you know, prejudge something. So we're like constantly always thinking about the future or thinking about the next goal. This is where I'm at the moment, Yeah, and that good way that I've found to just flip myself out of that is to actually like have more of like a mindful morning. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And at the start of the week I have like my motivational or my motivational and marketing Mondays. So I'm also like getting the thing of what am I doing for this week? What am I feeling? Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And I have that day to kind of like regulate myself. Yeah. Sounds interesting. Because the moment the week starts kicking in, that's it. I've got 101 things to do. We've got promotions to do. We've got readings to get done, hypnotherapy clients. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And it's like this kind of like rat race for a couple of days. Yeah. So if I start my Mondays mindfully and present, and then I start each morning mindfully, I've found that really, really helps. Yeah. Yeah, you can be more intentful with where you're going and what you're doing and what you want to feel. You're more in control of it then, aren't you? I mean, never fully in control, but you like. Yeah. I've said it this week. I tried mixing it round and not doing my heavy exercise routine on the morning and do like a meditation instead and like ease in, because as soon as you're rushing like hell, you kind of set the motor going so fast. That's it. It's that rat race energy again, isn't it? But I thought maybe this week I probably am better still doing that and then jumping into a meditation after to slow to have it from that high to go to I can control it to come back down. But I'm still testing. I'm still testing out. The exercise is definitely good, though, I think. Yeah, exercise is good. Because it has so many benefits, and it does help your mind space as well.
which again can help you be a lot more present.
Yeah, well, I do this red fast workout, and it says it's not just chucking kettlebells about. You're going to war with yourself.
Yeah.
In your mind, you're affirming that you're gonna get done the things you don't want to do to get done. No one enjoys it while you're in midst of it, of really struggling, but it's the feeling that you get after it, and you realise I had more authority over my life than I actually thought that I did.
Yeah.
And it's them little wins that start to stack up, isn't it?
Yeah, where you're like, I'm gonna do this, and when you keep up with it, you're like, actually, I'm doing it. Like, it might be uncomfortable on certain days. Other days it feels well better.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That self-discipline, that were a big thing that I had to learn, me.
I was going to ask you that. What's your take on discipline, and how have you cultivated it for yourself?
I needed it in every area, to be honest. I was just always a really impulsive kid. I was a wild child. But as I was like, right, I need to grow. I had to get emotional discipline. I had to get mindset discipline.
Yeah.
I had to get behavioural discipline. Do you know what I mean? Impulse, because I used to be so bad for impulsive spending and do you know, things like that. And then having my mental health obstacles, like the challenges which I have in that environment every so often, self-discipline's been a game changer.
Yeah.
It's like because people can think of discipline as this like pressure thing and bad thing, and you're always like kicking yourself up the arse. And it's genuinely not. Like, if you've got that attitude towards it, you're likely still looking at from a child when you're being bollocked for something that
because it's a very strong word, isn't it?
Yeah. But like, as children, I think like the discipline's about obedience and I'm your boss. When you're getting older, it's like you need to learn to nurture and discipline yourself. You need to be able to give yourself a little bit of a kick up the arse, and it's not a bad thing. Like,
it's a superpower, isn't it?
Yeah, because a lot of people, they'll be doing something because they know they're doing something, and they're like, oh, I've been doing that. Well, what are you doing it for?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, why are you doing it? What is it what you're wanting to do? Like, it's not always about looking for a wound. Sometimes it's about having a bit of discipline with your schedule, your attitude, your behaviour.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? To keep yourself on track. Boundaries. So, like, to me, discipline can also be in the same category as nurture.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And like changing my mindset about it.
It's like reframing it as such. Because I know for me, discipline, when someone said it over there, they're like, don't think as discipline as it's restricting your life. It's giving you more freedom. Because the more that you can say no to the things that you don't want in it.
Yeah.
I know it totally reframed it for me.
Yeah, because we've got so many behaviours, so many cycles, habits that we create so many excuses for, and like that I need that. Do you know what I mean? Or it's all right, but that's literally standing in your way if you're taking your next steps.
Yeah.
Do you know, if I would not have kind of like the past 2 years, I've really upped the ante with it, but I've built a good business.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I've got myself opportunities. I've gone around the UK now with it.
Yeah.
They're still coming. Do you know what I mean? I've got a nice new home.
Yeah.
Like,
you can see you were impressed.
Yeah, it's good, changed a lot.
Because you're building that self-confidence in yourself as well, aren't you? Realising, I can do this. And you can feel like it's still early in the game of where you're going.
Oh, definitely. I'm definitely far from where I've come from. And I've still got a decent journey, but I actually enjoy the journey.
Yeah.
Like, it's the journey what makes it fun. It'd be all right getting just given everything, but you won't appreciate it, and you likely won't hold on to it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, with me, there's had to be a lot of doing the groundworks first to really sort a lot of things out. But it's given me a lot of experience to pass forward, because people look at me and like, you're 26, you try to talk to like 30, 40, 50-year-olds about life and I'm like, I've genuinely like lived it, mate.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And because I've like nurtured my character as well, like I knew I am, like I can hold space, I can have some deep conversations about a lot of different things.
Yeah, because you know who you are, and it's that authenticity that shines through. And this age is a number. It's a lot of bullshit. So I've had some really young people on recently, like, and the mindset on them, I'm like, fucking hell, you're gonna kill it. Like, to have the mindset on you that you're talking about. I think you were 23 the other week, and I was just like, I won't thinking
really
about none
see.
of that 23,
Yeah.
which gives you a lot. It inspires me with a lot of hope that the next generation will be pretty fucking damn good. You know, like
yeah, definitely. I think the next generations what are coming, like these golden frequency children as well, what are coming in now, they're gonna be very, very intelligent, very wise. They'll likely be very impulsive throughout their childhood because they're going to encompass a lot of different energy.
Yeah.
They're going to encompass a lot of early life experience. Do you know what I mean?
I think it's as well, like, that's what I love now, is I only wanted 2. I'd like another 2 children. And people are like, why? And I went, because the mindset that I've got now, I love to be able to just nurture these kids, to let them. I'm learning each time with another child that they're your teachers, and put up the same boundaries and let them develop the way they are naturally, and they'll unlock things in you as well.
Yeah.
And
they
I'm
can
like,
teach, I think, how to live again as well.
Yeah, of course. And there's no filter with kids.
Yeah,
they'll just say it as it is.
Yeah, kids are hilarious, man.
No
I love
filter
it
at all.
at toddler stages.
Yeah.
When I see my friends' kids and that, some of them are absolutely hilarious.
Yeah.
Like, so funny. I'm like, oh God, to have that freedom.
We put it on ourselves, don't
we? Honestly, they're great. They're great. They're not for me. I don't mind seeing them, but I'm like, right, you can have them all back. I'm like,
visit
go on.
and then go.
Yeah.
What's the biggest truth that you've had to come across? The hardest one to swallow?
It's always us winning his own way.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's what, sorry?
Always us winning his own way.
Yeah.
Like, Luke, you're in your own way. No ifs, no buts. Even all the bad shit what's going on, you're allowing it to go on.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's you. Everything comes down to you.
Yeah.
Like, no ifs, no buts about it.
I like that. Because it is ultimately true.
Yeah, it is. It is. We don't ask for some stuff that goes on, but we also don't get ourselves out of it sometimes. We don't realise what we're able to do. Like, I've been through DV, I've been through all sorts of stuff. Do you know what I mean? Like, and ultimately, I could have got myself out of it a lot earlier, but I didn't trust myself.
It's the avoidance of them things.
Yeah, allowing emotions to overcome or behaviours to overcome me. Do you know what I mean? And, like, I'm working on something and it's all about life lessons.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because ultimately, my perception is we can make a decision and change something.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? We can make a decision and heal past, heal over, let go of something.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? We've just got to make that choice to. Yeah, that's biggest, like, truth lesson that I've learned is all comes down to you. Do you want it?
Yeah,
do you want it?
Are you willing to go through that next that next chapter?
Yeah. How long are you willing to go through the same thing for?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it resonates all that.
Yeah.
Because you get stuck at that level, and I think this year has been beautiful in parts, but some parts have just been like, fucking hell, when are you picking yourself up? But we do the self-distraction thing a lot of times as well. Like, we'll try to add something else to the bag when we're still carrying the bag.
I am a sucker for that. I do that with goals. So like with pressure, do you know, when you're stressing at something and you lose that bit of passion for it.
Yeah.
So you add something else to play while you're still doing that old goal, and it's like, why have I just done that? Because now I've got 50 more tasks.
Yeah.
I'm already burnt out. The lesson will just sit back, take a breather, have a rest, get yourself back inspired with what you were doing.
Yeah.
Do you know, I'm a sucker for piling everything on my plate, mate.
What are you most excited about then? What's coming up for you? Or what are you happy to be giving out to clients?
So I'm excited. There's got 2 things what I'm really looking forward to for the end of this year. First one is I've got my first stage opportunity.
Oh, well done.
So that vision that I had with Marissa those years ago, it's starting to come to fruition.
Yeah, cool.
Do you know what I mean? That geezer who was talking on a stage about mind, about growth, about everything. We were like, I'll never do that. Yeah. He's doing it.
Oh, quality. Where's that at?
Down in St Helens.
Oh, nice.
Just past Wigan and that.
Yeah.
Down there. Yeah, there's meant to be about 150, 170 people or something going.
Yeah.
So it's throwing myself straight out of my comfort zone, but
smash it.
I enjoy doing that. Do you know what I mean? And then at the end of the year, after I've worked one event in Birmingham, I'm off to train in getting NLP masters,
All right.
do you know, and have a deep dive and get trained in a bit of public speaking.
Yeah.
Get qualified up to being able to even work with military individuals, you know, who've come out of the military, etc., and struggling like PTSD. Yeah, some big things like that. So it's adding more tools to the toolbox to help me clients, because I love the readings, but I love being involved in people's lives.
Yeah.
Do you know, and like
giving
getting
them
to
that
know
real assistance.
Yeah. Because I'm a people person, me.
Yeah.
Like, I can chat for England, so...
Didn't notice.
Yeah.
But no.
I do. I'm really looking forward to this this growth in my own purpose, my own career, do you know, my own business. Like, see where that's going. I want to be in the self-help kind of environment.
Yeah.
Bringing spiritualism into it, but I don't fixate on spirituality anymore like I used to. It used to be this identity.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Now I've got my own links to spirituality and I've got my own understanding and experience with it. But I'm Luke, helping other people.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? To be like Tracy or Danny or Bob or Peter. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Because ultimately we live in this realm.
Yeah,
and it's the human experience.
Yeah. And we've got this access to spirit. But you're not just a spirit, you are also human. You've got human obstacles, you've got human behaviours and challenges. And I see a lot of people, especially in spiritual communities, running around in circles, distracting themselves from healing, or thinking because they've cleansed themselves with sage that they've lost the trauma has gone. Do you know what I mean? Only to them when they do something, like, boom, it's back. And do you know what I mean? Like,
I think it's a very hard one in spiritual community. What I've noticed over when people are like, oh, they're just all arguing, it's all to this. I'm like, everyone's dealing with a slippery ego. Everyone's got one, and it's this.
Yeah.
I know, and you didn't think it were gonna happen.
Yeah.
Like, everyone's to clash, and it's these same scenarios will play out. So I'm like, I'm giving it. I don't get caught up in any of it. It's just like another soap opera to me.
Yeah.
It's like, keep your distance.
Yeah, that's why I backed off from a lot of it.
Yeah.
I was like, I know what I know, and I'll speak out about what I know.
Yeah.
And I'll happily pass it forward, but I don't need to be tied to anybody's spiritual things. Yeah, like I like bob through little groups and go drop by and do you know, things like that. But that's good enough for me, because the more, like, I swear to God, mediums and psychics. It's rough sometimes, man. I swear to God. And I'm very outspoken. I call a spade, a twat. Do you know what I mean? And a lot of passive aggressive behaviour goes on
imagine.
in this community. Do you know what I mean? So I'm like, passive and me don't mix. Do you know what I mean?
Say it how it is.
Yeah, I do. And it makes a lot of them uncomfortable, because I won't say it behind, I'll just say it there. And then I'm like, you're a twat.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Stop acting like one and stop behaving like one. Ground yourself a little bit. You see what you're doing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because it's not, love and light, I'm going to send love and light to you. Do you know what I mean? And they like kind of freeze or fawn in a situation or run from it.
Yeah.
And then bitch behind closed doors. Because that's what, over the past 10 years, that I've seen a ridiculous amount of. But we're in age of Aquarius now, so all true speakers are coming out. Do you know what I mean? You'll see a lot of spiritual ideologies and illusions falling over the next few years.
Yeah.
The scene's really, really going to change, because the truth's come. Like, this is the age of truth.
Yeah, you can't hide from it. It is coming out. It's coming to the surface, and I think that's why it is best to be who you are. Like, and say where you stand on your morals. Yeah,
because there is a lot of love and light individuals. Do you know what I mean? And that's fully their character. And I'm a really nice person. Like, I'm very empathic towards people. But I'm also not a pushover.
Yeah, I'm
a bit rough round. A bit rough round edges. Do you know what I mean?
But you've got to have that. I think when I've worked with my partner at work, he said, like, you're about, like, you don't care with some stuff. I'm like, some people are here to take the piss out of you. Some people are just here to just run over you, and I'm not being run over. But I am. I'm also fair. So
yeah, that's it. And I I say when I was like 18, 19, 20, and I was like trying to like find spiritual communities. I wanted people who like, do you know, you're just realising you're a medium and that, do you know what I mean? It's very lonely.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And then I thought I had to be all this love and light and da-da-da-da-da. And over thing, I was like, like...
You realise you're putting a mask on.
Yeah, it's people searching for identity, and then you mimic the identity, and then you're still going through these things. And then when I detached and I was asking myself all these questions and the questions about the universe, a lot of things started to click, and I started seeing a lot of things.
Yeah. I think it's very hard as well. We spoke about it off air, didn't we? About I wrote about this, having a detox from social media, because you start to mimic, whether you're not, you like to admit it. Obviously, they're very influential people. That's why you follow them.
There's a lot of psychology behind it as well, isn't there?
And then you start picking up little bits, and by the time you've ended up doing this, you're starting to lose the very essence of who you are. Cutting that contact off with your soul.
I've been speaking out on that a lot. I have been speaking out on that a lot. Like a few people who I know of the personalities just look like the carbon copy of what everyone presumes spiritualism is, and they've lost the character, they've lost their energy, they've lost the vibe. Do you know what I mean? And they're this like carbon copy of every other man and his dog in the spiritual community. I'm like, it's not a nice thing to say.
Well, you're losing your uniqueness. The reason that you are here is for you to be unique.
Yeah, and I understand going on a healing journey, but when you're consumed with it and just mimic everything that you see, do you know what I mean?
Spiritual chameleon.
Yeah. You've lost yourself. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And when those individuals do that, there'll be a stark shock at some point where they'll be sat on their own and they won't know who they are. No. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And then reality hits them, and then they'll actually have an awakening again, like the proper soul awakening of I need to find me.
A true purge.
Yeah. Because at the first part, it's the wounds are playing out in the background, and you're looking to cover it up with these identities and ideologies. Yeah. To distract yourself or to make yourself feel better, and then it'll collapse. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Some people stay in that cycle of mask wearing for a very long time. Yeah.
It's interesting, isn't it? Yeah. It's definitely interesting. Is there anything else that you'd like to leave the listeners with? If you could give them one bit of advice, if they're going through a tough time.
Always believe in yourself. Yeah. That's it. Always believe in yourself. Be willing to put in a little bit of time and energy. Yeah. Do you know? And it's going to get difficult at certain stages, but you're also made of tough stuff. Yeah. Now with snowballs about it, you build that strength. Yeah. You build that strength, it'll start happening. Yeah. You just got to go on it.
Spot on.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for coming on.
It's a pleasure, man.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure. Enjoyed it.
Thank you.